One of the readers wanted to ask, can we really have work-life balance?
You can try hard. It's very difficult. We all want to do that. We all feel the pressures. We all feel the responsibility of trying to do our best. And there's a certain social norm. Everybody else is still working in the office. Is it okay for me to go home? And I think that is a significant change over one generation. I mean, I look at my father when he was Prime Minister. He worked hard. He would finish every day, 5:30. Later, 6, he would be done with the day. At Sri Temasek, exercising, playing golf, unwinding, some time with the family. Then at night, of course, he works at night. The papers are at home. He throws out the box in the morning. Box goes back to the office. And then by the time he comes into the office, well, the follow-up has been seen to. So there's a certain cadence to it. You do your work, you break, somebody else picks up. You come back in the evening, next morning somebody else carries on. Today I finish, and so do all my ministers. Later in the day, you always have something in the evening. And after dinner, you always are working at night. And if you email somebody at night, you don't expect him to reply the next morning. You expect the response immediately. And so instead of catching up on the work, we are speeding up the treadmill. And I think it's happened in many other careers too. If you're a young lawyer or if you're a young banker and working for one of the big firms, you work 70, 80 hours a week. You finish from 9 to 5, 9 o'clock to 5 a.m. That's only a slight exaggeration, and even on weekends. And I think that's really not sustainable. You have to work hard, you have to, and when you're young, you have to do perhaps more than your fair share. But it has to be on a sustainable way, and there has to be time for family, for taking care of yourself. And we try very hard in the government to do that. I think we have blue sky days when you're supposed to go home and somebody will ring a bell and you're chased out of the office. But I think it's also a matter of mindset and social norms.
Have you tried to manage your own work-life balance?
Well, I take a break. I go on leave about twice a year, a week or 10 days or so. Sometimes I go overseas. Sometimes I'm just here at home doing nothing. Or I try and go and try some of our park connectors, which are a lot of fun to walk along.
Have you tried having a few gadget-free hours or gadget-free day, for example? Something that's being recommended by many people.
Well, I haven't reached a cold turkey stage yet, but if you're overseas and the roaming costs a lot of money, then you have an enforced abstinence.